The controversial Named Person scheme, which aims to monitor the welfare of every child in Scotland, is facing further delay after a Holyrood committee voted to stall the legislation. Opposition MSPs say the Education Secretary hasn't given them enough information, but the Scottish Government accused the committee of causing an unnecessary hold-up. Here's our political correspondent, Glenn Campbell.
Every child in Scotland is to have a named professional to monitor their welfare. The scheme was supposed to take effect last summer, but it was blocked by judges.
Lord Hodge will explain the decision of the court.
The UK Supreme Court ruled that information sharing arrangements breached human rights law and required the Scottish Government to make changes. A bill to tighten up how the scheme will operate is being considered by Holyrood's Education Committee, but opposition members, who make up the majority here, have voted to stop the legislation making its way through Parliament until they've seen a detailed code of practice for how information is to be shared. The Conservatives actually want the scheme scrapped.
I don't think there is public support for this policy. Obviously it's not got parliamentary support at the moment, and I don't actually think it's got support in the way that it's been delivered from the practitioners who are meant to be delivering it on the ground.
It is highly unusual and possibly unprecedented for a Holyrood committee to be so frustrated with the quality of information it's received from the government that it simply refuses to take a view on a piece of legislation, and that will have consequences. The named person policy now faces further delay. That's a setback for the Education Secretary, who said the code of practice won't be ready until next autumn. Mr Swinney, will named person ever be put in place?
The Government's committed to named person. It's really important that we press ahead with the legislation, make sure it's enacted to secure the well-being of young people and children in Scotland. That's what the Government intends to do.
But tonight it's not clear how the Government can piece together a plan to avoid pushing back the start date for its named person scheme. Glenn Campbell reporting, Scotland, Holyrood.